If you have ever pressed the plus sign at the kart selection screen in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you have probably noted the statistics of your setup change depending on the character, kart, wheels, and glider you select. The stats shown in the game are speed, acceleration, weight, handling, and traction. But what if I told you there's an incredibly important statistic that's not shown and is hidden from the in-game menus? Well, I'm here to tell you that there is. This statistic is called Mini Turbo, and it impacts the combination's performance a whole lot. Mini Turbo is activated by drifting. You know you are charging it through the little spark coming out of your kart in the turns. The higher the Mini Turbo stat, the greater boost you get out of turns. Karts with a high Mini Turbo stat absolutely rocket out of turns, which is a tremendous advantage in Mario Kart. Karts with a low Mini Turbo stat will not accelerate fast out of turns and are often considered some of the worst karts you can use in the game. Let's compare two karts side by side. One kart has one of the highest Mini Turbo stats in the game, the other has one of the lowest. It's a bit hard to tell through the comparison, but the kart on the left with the higher Mini Turbo stat had the boost last a bit longer than the kart on the right. This is especially beneficial as you head into longer straightaways on the track. Now, Mini Turbo does not mean everything, and it's just one important stat to consider. There are karts though that have such terrible Mini Turbo stats that you will likely have a hard time winning with them online. Those are Bone Rattler, Standard ATV, B-Dasher, Mercedes GLA, Circuit Special, Steel Driver, and a kart that is absolutely trash, the Bad Wagon. When it comes to kart selection, almost all high-performing setups have at least a pretty good Mini Turbo stat. Those include the Wiggler if you're looking for something balanced, Mr. Scooty for incredible acceleration in Mini Turbo, one of my favorites, the Bitty Buggy, and the kart that's catching popularity once again, the Pipe Frame. When it comes to wheels, don't overthink the room unless you really know what you are doing. Use the rollers, baby. They have the highest Mini Turbo stat. You don't have to put too much thought into gliders, but the cloud or paper glider are among people's favorites, and they also add to your Mini Turbo at least a little bit. Now you're probably asking, Alex, that's great and all, but how do I find out the Mini Turbo stat for all the kart combinations out there? Well, a quick Google search of Mario Kart stats will point you in the right direction. There's a table style guide out there which I like to use to compare components, and there's even a cool Mario Kart builder out there that lets you make and compare karts side by side. I put a link in the description for both of these tools. Now that we know a little bit about Mini Turbo, let's try out time trial races with two karts on opposite ends of the spectrum. Note that both of these karts aren't incredibly good. One speed stat is just too low to be great, and the other is considered one of the worst karts you could use in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Still, let's see how they perform in time trials. This is Bowser in the Bad Wagon with Cyber Slick wheels. It has one of the worst Mini Turbos in the game, and honestly, it's one of the worst karts you can use in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But let's see how it compares to the other kart, which will have pretty much a max Mini Turbo. So the opposite ends of the spectrum. Like I mentioned, both karts aren't particularly great. This one is, I would consider, really, really bad. I haven't used the other one much. We got 10 coins right off the bat. I'll try to do that in the other time trial as well, trying to make it as equal as possible. I'm going to try my best to hit all the lines. This kart, to be honest, is not the easiest to drive, but let's make sure we this piranha plant, and of course this is going to be shroomless to really get the full measure of these karts. So first lap, still good, 42 seconds. I don't even know if that's considered a good lap. We'll see compared to the next one. Goombas are in play there. Missed them. So far, so good. I'm going to stay in the middle of the track here, and then we will avoid our piranha. Yep, we're just going to play it nice and safe. I'm going to try to do it with the other one. But so far, so good. As you can tell, this kart just does not boost out of the turns great at all. In a track like Mario Circuit, where you have these long turns, Mini Turbo is really nice, and you just don't get that with this kart. And pretty much any kart with low Mini Turbo stats. All right, so we got 2 out of 3 laps. Let's do one more. I think I clocked in a little better than 42 there. Yeah, 40 seconds. We'll try to aim that for this next lap. Can I get... okay, I couldn't get the purples there. Couldn't charge it fast enough. That's where handling will really come in. Handling and traction. You could really build that up quicker. This card is not great at either of those either. Usually Mini Turbo goes hand in hand with those stats, but not always. And that's why it's good to check out the stats like I mentioned. Interested to see what we clock in at here. We're at 150 so far. Hit all our lines, Alex. Good stuff. Good stuff. Gonna miss no piranha plants. Oh, he just popped up. No worries there. And what do we get here on this time trial? Nice and smooth. 203, 913. All right, let's compare this to the cart with one of the higher Mini Turbo stats. We have Baby Rosalina in the Koopa Clown with roller wheels. I'm interested to see how it compares to our Bowser cart that we just ran, trying to get all the coins like I did in the last run. Now, honestly, for me to compare to that time that we had in that Bowser cart, I am definitely going to need to get those purple boosts. Otherwise, the top end speed will actually win out. So that is one advantage too. Mini Turbo, like I mentioned before, and handling do go hand in hand. So the faster you can charge that Mini Turbo, the better. So, and as you can tell, this cart really explodes out of the turns. We have 10 coins, good shape, good shape. Let's conservative lines like we did before. I'm trying to emulate like I did as much as possible with the last cart. And we're in a, what, a 42.828, which I think is about similar. So we're actually running a similar time. Let's see how we compare the rest of these laps. That's top end speed does matter. In Mini Turbo, there's just one component, a stat you should definitely pay attention to, but it's not end all. And that's why this cart would not be considered one of the best in the game, because the speed stat on this cart is fairly low. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. Good stuff, Baby Rosalina. Okay, we're off to the races. We ran a similar time, I believe, on the first lap, so I'm interested to see what we do here. Good. I think I'm at 42.4. I think that would be a little bit faster. So, as expected, I think it's a little bit better. A little bit better, but it's not going to be much. It's not going to be much, but I think it is a bit better. Let's see how it ends up being. Yes. Got our purples there. Beautiful. Good stuff. Look at this thing just really explode out of the turns compared to the last cart. It's night and day. It's night and day. Good stuff. We'll get a single boost like we did before. Good. Good stuff. Good turn. Oh, yeah. Didn't get the purples there like I wanted, but that's okay. So we clocked a 203 before, and we're at a 202.407. So as you can tell, very similar times, but generally higher Mini Turbo and handling in this case is definitely more preferred in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and that is why you see a lot more people run these smaller combinations than you would see them running these big, high speed, low handling combinations. In these examples, I used extreme opposites. Many people already know that the Badwagon sucks, but knowing the Mini Turbo stat can help you make choices between carts with very similar statistics. When looking in the in-game menus, the Wild Wiggler and Sports Coupe look similar-ish statistically, but then when you factor in the Mini Turbo stat you can't see, it makes the decision on what cart you should use that much clearer. That extra oomph of Mini Turbo means you will get a better boost out of every single turn you drift on. This is one reason why the Wiggler is a part of the Mario Kart meta, and the Sports Coupe is just a cart you can look cool driving. I hope you enjoyed this video and found this information helpful. Let me know in the comments if you knew about the hidden Mini Turbo stat. Also, do you think I should do another video on other hidden Mario Kart stats? Comment below.